Hey y'all, what's going on? What's going on? How y'all doing today out there in the internet world? My name is Antoinette, the founder of TGN Development Company, a company that I created because I am passionate about developing the skills in you so that you can create and live your best life. It's been so long. I feel like it's been forever anyway. I'm kind of out of breath. I swear, like, hey, besties, I feel like the most happens within the 5 minutes that I'm supposed to come on my live. So it's like I'm kind of out of breath right now. I couldn't find my mic. It was a lot going on. But I'm here. And I have not been here since last Tuesday. Last Tuesday was my last lunch and learn. So I'm definitely happy to be back. Please let me know about your weekend, about your holiday, about just everything that y'all been have going on. I know for me, on Thursday, that's the reason why I wasn't coming on. I wanted to give myself a break so that y'all could spend time with y'all families and so I could also spend time with my family. And on Thursday, that's just what I did. I went to my mom's house for Thanksgiving. She had the most excellent spread. All I can think about is them greens as they was just melting in my mouth. It was so good. That was on Thursday. On Friday, I didn't do any Black Friday shopping. I'm not really one of them. But me and my friends, we did have a Friendsgiving, and that was really fun. One of my friends came down from Atlanta, and and we had like a potluck, and our men, they congregated while the women congregated, and that was just like a really good time. And we always try to do something at least once a quarter, me and my girlfriend. So that was fun. And then on Saturday, I actually had a shopping trip. So my family, and please leave in the comments if y'all have any traditions that you do with your family for the holidays. But one of the traditions for my family, they go on an annual shopping trip. So they've been doing this shopping trip for like 20 years or more, right? And I just started going with them about 3 years ago. And literally, they choose a mall and they shop from sun up to sundown. So my first year, 3 years ago, when I went with them for the first time, I wasn't ready and I was not prepared. Like, I was ready to go. I'm like, oh my God, they really mean from sun up to sundown. But the last 2 times that I went, oh, it's so fun. It's so amazing. As long as you're mentally prepared to be out all day, it's an amazing time. And just because they say you shop from sun up to sundown, that don't mean you literally got to spend money from sun up to sundown. It just means that you literally spend time with your family and you go to the stores and you shop if you want to. So it was real fun. And this year we had got a party bus, and even the bus driver, he provided us with a few bottles of wine, and of course we brought our own bottles. And it was like 13 of us, and we was really like turned up on this bus. It was fun. So that's what it was. That's how I spent my last couple of days. And then on Sunday, I really just relaxed because the last 3 days was just like a lot. So I stayed home and I worked on some TGN development stuff. And I also created my goals for the week. So that was my weekend. Let me know about your weekend. And I'm about to get right into this lunch and learn today. So today's lunch and learn is me being transparent, letting y'all know a little bit about myself, a little bit more about myself. And really sharing with y'all how social work has truly changed my life. Like, for real, no lie. Social work really changed my life. And in today's lunch and learn, you're going to learn 4 things. So today I'm going to share the difference between life coaching and counseling and social work. And then I'm also going to share my journey to social work. I'm going to share with you all 3 gems, 3 lessons that I learned from social work, and I want you to take these gems with you along your way because they really helped me, and I know they can help you as well. And then last but not least, I'm going to be sharing how I use social work to transform the lives of others. All right? So let's get right into it. Life coaching. So when I talk about life coaching, or you see somebody who says they're a life coach, that means that they literally meet you where you are. They take you from your present moment, and then they support you in going where you want to go. So life coaches help you to achieve your goals. And I feel like life coaching is something that's really popular right now, or just coaching in general. You have life coaches, you have business coaches, you have love coaches, relationship coaches. You have all type of coaches out here. But a life coach literally are trained to take you from where you are into where you want to go. They are trained to motivate you. They are trained to offer you emotional support. And they are also trained to support you in obtaining that confidence that you need to support you in developing or achieving those goals that you set for yourself. So that's a life coach. And then we have a counselor. So with counseling, you go to a counselor and they help you to recognize your problems, and then they also help you to solve your problems. So a counselor can look at your past, and they were trained to look at the past to help you to develop to solve your problems or to develop a new future, right? So that's what a counselor does. They help you to recognize and solve your problems. Counselors was also trained in human development, sexuality, family dynamics, mental health. Even some counselors have been trained in drug and alcohol addiction. You could have a counselor for many different reasons. But now I didn't say, but as a social for life coaches, you could literally, what qualifies you to be a life coach, you could literally just wake up and say, you know what, I want to be a life coach, right? That's easy. Or your life experiences qualifies you to be a life coach. Like somebody might decide to be a life coach because they may have made it through addiction, so they want to help others get through addiction. So that experience of them overcoming their own personal challenges makes them qualified to be a life coach. Or they can also pay for a certificate, and they could be a certified life coach, and that certificate costs like $10,000 to $12,000. Now with a counselor, now I was talking to somebody the other day, and she told me that she was a counselor and she doesn't have a degree in counseling. And I don't know really how I feel about that, but it happens. But you can also you can get a certified to be a counselor. You can get your bachelor's, you can get your master's in counseling. But then we have social work. And social work is me. I love social work. Like, social work to me is the mother of all human service professionals. Life coaching falls under social work. Counseling falls under social work. Therapy falls under social work. Everything human service related falls under social work. And as a social worker, you are able to do a lot of things. So like I said, not only are you a life coach, and that means I can literally take you from your present moment and support you in developing goals that will support you in living your best life. But then I also have the skill, and I have been trained as a social worker to look at your past and to support you in identifying patterns, negative and positive, recognizing behaviors that you have in place. And I'm also trained to support you in developing strategies to overcome those behaviors that you have in place, those negative behaviors that you have in place as a social worker, right? So, but what also makes social work to me so special is because as a social worker, I was literally trained to literally meet the needs of the whole person. Like, I have literally been trained to support people who are broken and to make them whole again. And also with social work, what makes social work different from life coaching and counseling to me is the fact that we have been trained to know that, you know, we don't have all the answers. So we know that we are a resource to people, but we also know that we have to link people to services, right? Because I don't have all the answers. So you can come to me as your coach or as your social worker because you might have issues with, you know, finances, or you might have certain issues with your career or whatever the case may be. And I can help you up to a certain extent, but when I can't help you any further, one of my specialties and one of the things that I have been trained to do was to find someone who can support you in reaching the obstacles or overcome or achieving the goals that you have in place. So that's one of the things that makes social work so great to me. And then last but not least, that research piece. Research is so important. Being a social worker, first of all, research was my favorite class in social work because I love research and I love reading. And one of the things in social work that they say before you intervene, you ask yourself, is this an evidence-based practice? Is this an evidence-based intervention? So that's why, to me, social work is the mother of all human service professions. Like, we don't just focus on, getting you, creating goals with you. We do focus on that, but that's just not our main focus. We can counsel you, but we also link you to services, and we also do research to support you and to support us in understanding if we are helping you effectively or not, and to find effective ways to help you, right? So that's the difference between life coaching, counseling, and then social work. But then I also wanted to share with y'all my journey to social work, because it wasn't like I went to school and just decided, okay, when I graduated high school, I'm going to go to school to be a social worker. That was not the case. So when I graduated high school in 2007, right, I told myself I was going to school to be a teacher. So I went to school to be a elementary school teacher. And I really did like my field. I really did, because I love kids. Kids has always been my passion. But one day, I was walking down the street around my mom's house. One day, I was walking down the street, and it's the school up the street. And mind you, I'm like 19 at this time. I just graduated high school, but I've been in college for like 2 years almost, maybe 3 or 4 semesters. So I'm walking down the street, and these kids is outside, and it's the crossing guards outside, the teachers outside, all these adults and professionals are outside, and these kids are walking by, and these kids are just cussing up a storm. And that was the day I decided to change my major, because at 19, I know me, and I knew I was only graduating in 2 years, but I said, if I go to a school and these kids are disrespectful like this, there's no way that I'm going to be able to handle this. I don't trust myself in this situation. So I changed my major. That's the reason why I'm not a teacher from K through 6, right? So I switched my major to nursing, and I quickly got out of that because I was talking about blood and needles and anatomy and physiology. That was just too much. So I got out of, so I was asking, like praying, like, oh my God, what am I going to do? I'm not doing teaching. I'm not doing nursing. What am I going to do? So I was at work, and I was at Lowe's, and my coworker there at the time, she was like, Antoinette, I'm in social work. Why don't you check out the social work degree? So I'm like, okay. So I go meet the advisor at Dell State. So I go talk to the advisor, and I'm like, okay, I think that this is a cool degree. I think I do want to get my social work degree, my bachelor's in social work or whatever. So I go to my first class, and when I tell y'all that after going to that class, my life changed forever. And not just that class, every class in my social work field, every class in my social work degree and my major literally helped me to get a better understanding of me. Like, I literally had to basically do therapy on myself in social work. So social work helped me to really understand the importance of self-reflection, because before social work, I didn't really do any type of self-reflection. So in social work, we had to do a lot of work where we had to understand our biases, because we knew that we were going to be working with different people. So we had to know what would prevent us from working effectively with certain populations. Like my population that I already know that I really don't want to work with is people who touch on kids, because I don't know if I will really be able to give you my best care. Like, I just don't know if I can do that. But that's something that I had learned and that I had to be okay with when I was getting my social work degree, right? So that's one thing that social work really helped me with, was self-reflection. And then also, being in social work, that's when I really started to understand human behavior and their social environment, and how our environment affects our behavior. And it might sound like common sense now, even when I say it, it sounds like common sense. But common sense wasn't so common back then. Like, it really wasn't. So being in social work really allowed me to realize, like, oh my God, it's because of my environment why I do certain things that I do. Like, it really didn't click before social work. And then also, I like to say going to a HBCU, but also being involved in social work as well. But going to a HBCU helped me to realize Black excellence firsthand. Because before I went to a HBCU, looking in my community, low income, high crime, you don't really see a lot of people who look like you doing a lot of great things, if I can be honest. Like, you don't really see that. So when I went to college, though, and I went to a HBCU, I see 98% of the population was either you being a nurse, you being a lawyer, you being a doctor, you being you being like, these black people are literally working towards excellence. So that's when I realized, like, wow, African Americans like is really lit for real. But then being in social work allowed me to understand the African American perspective as it pertains to research and as it pertains to decision making. And that was like, wow, that was really like a wow moment for me. And then being in social work really introduced me to politics. Like, this was around the same time when Obama was becoming president. So I really watched that firsthand. And social work introduced me to poverty and welfare and systems and theories. Like, social work really introduced me to some healing, like introduced me to strategies that could support me in not only healing myself, which it did, but healing other people as well. So I'm so thankful for the social work field, like for real. And I want to share with y'all 3 gems that I got from social work while I was getting my degree. I want y'all to take this with you as you live out your life, and as you elevate and you grow to the next level, and you knock down barriers that are standing in your way. One of the gems I want you to know, that your past experience are linked to your present. That's very, very true. And I know a lot of times people say, well, it's like you stuck in the past, or you bring up the past a lot. It's because I now know that the things that I went through in my past is the reason why I went through some of the things that I was going through. And it really helped me to realize that analyzing my past will prevent me from going through a lot of the things analyzing my past will prevent me from going through the things that I've seen happen in my past if I analyze it. But a lot of times people run away and they don't even look at their past, and they try to forget about it, and that's not cool, and healing doesn't come for that. So I don't want you to know, like, if you ever experience any type of abuse in your present day, look to your past and see where that came from. Where did you learn to deal with that behavior or to display that behavior? If you ever had to deal with like mismanagement of money, because it don't got to be so traumatizing all the time, but say if you don't even know how to mismanage money, look to your past and see where you learned how to mismanage money from. Look to your past and see who manages money effectively. Look to that. If you suffer from low self-esteem or depression, anger, negative thinking, if you suffer from whatever negative experience that you have in your life, look to your past to see where it potentially could have stemmed from. Because a lot of times, if you look to your past, you will be able to overcome your present moment and your future. Also, oh, now you're going upstairs. Also, the second gem that social work taught me is I have the power to create my own reality through visualization, goal setting, problem solving, and self-awareness. And that's real. Social work literally taught me that. Social work literally taught me that I have the power to create my own reality through self-awareness, being aware of who I am, being aware of my biases, being aware of my strengths, being aware of my weaknesses. Social work taught me if I am self-aware, and if I visualize, and I do some goal setting, and I also find a solution to my problems, that I can be the best that I can be, and I can overcome any situation that I'm facing. Right? So that's what social work taught me. And then last but not least, social work taught me the power of research, because as I said, everything that we do in social work is evidence-based. Everything. You got to find research on it, or it's supposed to be anyway. And that's one of the and those are the 3 gems that I want you to take with you today. So as y'all know, I am the founder of TGN Development Company, right? I founded this company in 2018, and I really love what I do. In my company, I support people in creating a vision for their life, creating goals that align with their vision. I support my clients in overcoming the barriers that they face along the way and taking action on their goals. And also, I act as an accountability partner, because at the end of the day, we're all human, and sometimes you need somebody on your side to say, hey, what are you doing? Hey, make sure did you do this? Did you do that? What's your progress, right? And that's okay. I have a coach too. I'm just saying, when you growing and elevating to the next level, you need somebody to stay on track, to stay on top of you sometimes. Some of us don't, but some of us do. And that's why I created TGN Development Company. Now, I want to just share 3 ways in which we can work together, because I literally been praying on a program that I can create that will support, those who work with me in being happy, healthy, and whole. That's really what I have been praying on. And I feel like God really just dropped this on me. And I've been working on it for a while, but I just want to share with you, first of all, is the Whole You Development Starter Kit. And I don't know if you've seen me post this flyer on my social media, but I just want to tell you a little bit about this program that I'm offering. So the Whole You Development Starter Kit is really the program, is really everything I did to support me in, just growing and elevating and overcoming the barriers that I was facing along the way, and supporting me in creating a firm foundation for my life, and supporting me in gaining clarity so I can be confident along my journey, right? So included in this program, or in this starter kit, first of all, you have 1 VIP day. And I know that sounds real sexy and everything, but it's really not a sexy situation. It's really a 3-hour deep development session where we come together, you and I, and we work one-on-one, and we do an assessment. So when I was in school, I had to do this complete assessment, and it really helped me to identify my stressors. It had to help me identify the things that tick me off, how I handle my anger. It really helped me to be just more aware of who I am, right? So we complete that assessment during our 3-hour session. Then we go through the life assessment process, where we figure out, but we really just design your life. We identify your barriers. We also develop goals that support you in identifying. We develop goals that align with your vision, okay? We create a success plan that will support you in being successful after this 3-hour VIP day. But in addition to this 3-hour VIP day, you get 4 private development sessions. So that could be every week or bi-weekly. It's your choice, but where we come together bi-weekly or weekly, and we really talk about your goals, to see how you are maintaining your goals. We talk about, we develop strategies to support you in overcoming the barriers that you face along the way. We also do some mindset work, because a lot of times when you're going through and you are working this plan, this success plan, a lot of times we might deal with different stresses or traumas or anxiety, or any type of thing that you go through along that way. You'll have somebody here to support you and talk you through what it is that you go through along this journey. And then also included is this money management plan, because I know for me, one of my goals is definitely getting out of debt. But in order for me to get out of debt, I had to really focus on my money and to develop a saving strategy that support me in getting out of debt. One of the things I realized that I had to make more money. I needed more income, and I also realized areas where I could crunch down a little bit and save a little bit. And that's the benefits of doing this money management plan, but also having somebody to do it with you. Because one of the things that I really believe in this program, but what makes it so special is because even though I did all of this on my own, but you will be able to have somebody who is trained to support you in overcoming your goals and overcoming obstacles and working towards your goals. You will have somebody with you to do that with. So that's what makes this so amazing. So some of the outcomes of this, by being involved in this program, you will have clarity. You will know where you are headed and the direction you were going. You will have the confidence to know that you can achieve anything that comes your way, and that you can overcome any obstacle that comes your way on this journey to success. You will have a more understanding of who you are as a person, and you will be able to develop strategies to support you in strengthening your weaknesses, okay? And you will be able to develop the skills that you need to grow and elevate to the next level, because at the end of the day, that's all it's about. Because in 2020, we are 2020 focused on our goals. So that's the Whole You Development Starter Kit. And then we could also work together. You could just purchase a VIP day. So with our VIP day, and instead of getting all that additional money management plan and the 4 private development sessions, and stuff like that, we'll work together for that 3-hour VIP day, and we will really delve into a plan. And at the end of that day, you will be able to know your strengths, your weaknesses. Like I said, you will have a plan in place that will support you and working to elevate into the next level. All right. And then also, last but not least, all of my plans are 100% customizable. So I'll put my information in the description box. You can email me, tgn@internetdevelops.com, or you can always call me at 302-468-6499, and we can discuss what it is that you need, and together we can come together and work together to develop a plan that will best suit you. All right, so I definitely want to thank y'all so much for tuning in today to how social work changed my life. And if you want to work one-on-one with me, y'all contact me. I want to definitely be a part of your village. Thank you so much.